Bob, you have told me that when Ross went home to heaven, that your perspective on heaven changed. It's no longer fuzzy. It's no longer generalities. It's crystal clear. And what's that like? And how does that change how you live here in this world?
When my son died at age 24, he was a golden person. He just graduated from Texas Christian University, that is locally thought to be more Texas than Christian, and he had gone to work as a business broker and investment banker. And he really he was one smart kid. He made more connections in a year than I had in multiple years in the industry. He would have made in his second year at work, he would have made $1 million. This was one bright kid, and he just he was an adventurer, took a reckless adventure. He was going to swim the Rio Grande River, going over and re-enter the United States the way an illegal alien would. Now, why does that make sense? Why does anything make sense to someone who's 24 years old? And he was gone, and another boy was too. The way I thought about that, or came to think about it fairly promptly, was if Ross lived 24 years, which is all he got, and if eternity is 1,000,000 years long, then he and I lived if you make the 25 into a numerator, we lived together for 25 1/1,000,000ths of his life. And if I live in my actuarial life, whatever that is now, it's a few more years, let's say. Let's say I live till I'm 80 years old. Then I will have missed 61 millionths of my life together with Ross, and I'll get to live the balance. So I hate to be so rational as to just tell people to think about the math. Eternity is longer than time, and I know where I've come from and where he came from, and I know where he is right now and where I'm going, and I'll see him soon enough. He actually wrote me a letter that's in halftime. He wrote a will that was on his desk. Think about a 24-year-old person writing a will, and he left his most prized possessions, a shotgun and a hunting hat and a few other things. Declared his fidelity to a variety of women in his will, that he'd miss all of them. He told me what he'd be looking like next time I saw him, standing by Heaven's Gate with a set of Ray-Ban glasses on and some khakis, and he said with a Jack Nicholson grin on his face, and said he'd lived a great life, and he ended it by saying, "Thanks, adios, Ross." He was saying adios for a while, not forever. When I think about heaven, I think that's where I'm going. That's where Ross is. It's where my mom is. It's where all kinds of people are that are wonderful people, and we're going to be relieved of all the cares and concerns of this world and the deceitfulness of riches, and it's going to be fabulous. And I've got an investment ahead of time. It's more concrete. It's more real if you know not only Ross but a bunch of people who are there that you'll get to see and be with for eternity. And it's also desperately sad for those who won't make that journey.